Hey, hello. So just like any time that I'm streaming, I'm gonna say this is gonna be a test stream. Yeah, I'm gonna try this thing out. So basically, when I play games, I'm always watching videos, so might as well just watch videos with you guys, right?
Such a brave soul.
So I hope the video volume is good enough. So let's watch this. I've been wanting to watch the Genius Summer documentary again, and he's been uploading a remaster
Hello, ladies
series,
and
right? Well,
gentlemen,
not
girls
remastered,
and
but
boys, and dudes
remade.
of all teenages, as well as the gals.
Hold on a second.
My name is Christian Chandler.
I think
I am
I need
here,
to put the
and y'all
OBS
are there.
here. What is here?
Chris Chan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks very good. So I
Arguably
think
one
I
of
need
the
to
most
put this
documented people
window
in
mode.
history. His antics have been witnessed by millions,
Okay, yeah, now I can just move the
with
mouse
many
up there.
always keeping a close eye on
Good.
him, waiting to see what he does next.
So this guy just fascinates me, right? I think Christian is such a weird character. You can basically know all of his life just by watching this documentary. And I think that he was kind of he already had a bad start, right? With his parents being like not in the appropriate age to have children. And him developing autism and he was born. Well, that's kind of shitty, right? But the thing is, Bob seems to have been quite a smart person, even though he's he kind of has weird beliefs. He's pretty smart. He was an engineer, right? So he should have known better than just blaming weird shit, like external shit. Uh, when talking about his children education, right? Like Bob has multiple children. I love this chat, but I don't have chat right now. I don't know how to open it. Um. Okay, here. Oh, nice. Ooh. Um. So you guys cannot see this, right? Okay. Okay. Whatever. I don't care about chat right now. I think I might just something like this and open my own channel so I can just see chat. I thought people might not be there. A bot might just appear and I just have to ban it. And open my own channel so I can just see chat. I thought people might not be there. A bot might just appear and I just have to ban it. So I think I might have to increase my volume. Hold up a sec. Now I don't know how to do that because every setting on my microphone is like at max. So I'll just have to put my face up to the mic. Maybe with the gain filter right here. I might just add a lot more and close it. I think that would be I think that's a bit too much. No, it's not this. Let's keep it at 14. Yeah. God damn it. I just closed it. Dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum-dum. So I guess I gotta do it like this. It's kind of scuff, but it might just work.
Taylors make me feel sad and depressed. He should love his mother. She misses him.
Now I know the mother thing. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that when
Hello.
it shows
We're
up.
live on the internet. What do you
We're
want?
actually live on
Mom,
the internet.
hello. I love the women outside. Do not hate. Hate is not so good.
Like, you can see this guy doesn't seem like that bad of a person. Like, inside. And then he starts showing up. he's he's power. He's
I want everything about my house off the internet.
yeah, you should have posted that.
Anybody.
What? I'm aftershake. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, whatever.
They're gonna put this entire timeline in chaos.
It'd be pretty funny if that was like Christian actually real life
What
and
made
he's like a
him this way?
manufacturer. He's just really into
What
his
is the
character.
attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Like, I actually cannot say what keeps me fascinated about this guy. I think what I like the most about watching Christian content is it's so real though. It's like it's uncanny. It's weird. It's like almost human. Like, you hear of this franchise that he likes, like Pokemon and you know, he likes anime. He likes a lot of stuff that, well, just regular people like, right? He starts saying a bunch of shit like he actually believes the characters are like real, and you can kind of realize that that's a belief that he carries on with him, like ever since he was little. He actually believes characters are real. Like, they live in like a different dimension or something. I think what he might have thought when he was like young is that characters were like, oh shit, hello. people just choose to call it the worst moments. But at least I noticed that I didn't have the video on the OBS. Well, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna do something right now. What? So I forgot to say, I'm playing Diablo 3. I just got this character level 70. This is hardcore. So when I was about to die, I was gonna get this Enchantress buff, but I actually got real scared. Okay, let's watch this shit. I think I need to lower this volume a bit. It's already very low. And I'm not used to wearing headphones anymore. Oh, God. I'm just getting clobbered.
Christopher Weston Chandler was born at approximately 5:30
Well, I got the
a.m.
pylon,
on
so
February
everything's gonna
24th,
get really easy.
1982 in
The thing about this
Charlottesville,
season is that
Virginia, to
the
parents
pylon just
Bob,
summons
age
a
54,
super
and
amazing
Barbara,
companion
40.
that just one-shots
Barbara Franklin
everything
Chandler Jr.
as
had
you walk up
served
to
in the
them.
United States
But everything's
Army
just dealing way
Civil
too much
War
damage
from
right now, so
1946 to
I think I'm just gonna
1948,
die at
and
one
was stationed
point.
in Korea to help install
I
infrastructure.
need a lot
For his service,
more.
he was awarded with a World War II Victory Medal.
Five? I get Slive
Afterwards,
and
Bob worked
armor.
in the
I don't know
engineering field for
what
Western
age line, I'm
Electric
sorry.
and later General Electric. The family held Bob's life accomplishments very proudly, as he had at least 7 patents to his name,
Like, look
including
at this,
mechanisms used in the
he,
production of Kleenex
he was
and
real
molding
smart.
of plastic water
Bob was like
containers.
a real smart
Bob was
person.
very world conscious and was an avid collector of stamps since a very young age. Later in life, he developed a love for music, especially foreign music. He eventually amassed a collection of over 10,000 vinyl records. He had a son and daughter, David and Carol, respectively, from a previous marriage to one Patricia, with whom he divorced in 1980.
Oh shit!
The relationships
Oh
with
shit!
his first family
I think I could
appeared
have
to have been
could have
strained,
gotten one
as he
shot
could
right
seldom
there.
contact his children from around the time that he met his second wife-to-be. Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, too, had a previous, albeit more complex, relationship history. She first married one Rand Coleman Yates in 1961, with whom she divorced 2 years later, by which time she was pregnant with her first child. Her first son, Joseph Cole Smithy, was born in 1963 and was initially raised by Barbara.
So this is like Chris, like closest brother, I think. Well, other than the dentist guy. That no, well, I don't think it was dentist. I think it was an oculist. I think. I don't know. But, like, he has another brother, like half brother, right? And he like he went to like an appointment with him. I think Cole Smith is like the closest sibling that he has. Maybe the closest family member. I don't know if Barb's alive still. I don't think she is. She might be. I mean, I don't know how she managed to live that long with under the care of Christian. Whatever. Maybe he's like a very good caretaker.
And her new partner, Jack Dale Smithy, who was presented at the time as the boy's biological father, though in later life, Cole had his doubts, believing his father was Barbara's first husband. Barbara and
I don't
Jack's
think Moment's
marriage
been doing a lot for me.
legitimacy remains uncertain. They stayed together until she married Jerry Harmon in 1968. Harmon, among other things, worked as part of the Mental Health Association in Richmond, Virginia, and was a professional magician. He led a traveling magic act, accompanied by his wife Barbara and his stepson Cole.
This
titling
is such a
themselves
weird
King
thing.
Karnak, Barbie, and Cole.
Like, Cole's, I guess, stepfather, you can say? Was a magician. He just took them with him on his show. He looks pretty happy though. So maybe that's where he got the theater kid vibes. Right? I guess. Because he has a like a YouTube channel. I think it's Cole's Media or something. I don't know, I've never actually watched it. I haven't watched movie reviews in a while. I used to watch a lot of movie reviews. Not anymore.
and provided magic entertainment for most of the mental hospitals throughout Virginia, including Western State Hospital in Staunton, Virginia. On one occasion, as Jerry was allegedly out of the house committing adultery,
Jeez.
a burglar attempted
shit.
to enter their home,
This Waller
and so
guys.
Barbara took Jerry's pistol to fire a warning shot at the steel front door.
Yeah,
The
this might
bullet
just
allegedly
kill me.
ricocheted and implanted itself into the wall a mere foot from Cole's head. When he was 17, due to apparent abuse at the hands of his mother and stepfather, Cole sought independence and moved to California. Barbara divorced
I don't know
Jerry
what's
around the
doing
same
damage
time
to me.
in 1980. By this point, she had established a career as a secretary with Virginia Power. She also developed a habit of
shit.
hoarding her belongings, in addition to reported and alleged emotionally
I
abusive
think I got it.
qualities. When Bob met Barb and soon produced Chris, the two seemingly got
We
a
got a
chance
bunch
to
of
start
shit.
anew. The new family started their life in a new split-level house owned by Bob.
So this is the house that Christian lived at for a long time, like until very recently. Until you know the event. Hold up, let me check if I have any chat. I might not. I don't think I do, but you know, until you know the event. Okay, the sound seems to be pretty good. Okay, there you go. I really like this set. I think I'm gonna build it at some point. I don't like the seasonal set. Looks kind of shit. And I might just level up a monk. I've been getting, you know, I had my fill of Necromancer. I think I might just play Diablo 4 at some point. Because I'm playing it. I'm playing the campaign. Also in hardcore mode. Hardcore. So I might just upload a live stream with that. Okay, let's keep watching.
In the small town of Ruckersville, Virginia. Chris later claimed that at around 2 months of age, he uttered his first word.
I'm
monkey,
lowering the volume
though this
because
is acknowledged to have been
it's
impossible.
a bit too
It was
overwhelming
soon
for
seen
me.
by his parents
the,
that Chris was not
with the
quite like
headphones on.
most other babies.
I don't
First
like wearing
signs of his
headphones.
autism could be witnessed in 1983. Despite his condition being congenital, he later stated that his autism was brought
I like
about
this.
by one
I like it a lot.
particularly traumatic event when he was 18 months old. A babysitter surnamed Roach, or
Goddamn.
alternatively Roach, would
Think I'm
look
gonna
after
use
baby
this.
Christopher whenever his parents would go out in the evenings. On one of these nights, Chris inadvertently infuriated her, and she locked him in a room filled
Okay,
with
I'm gonna keep
toys,
this.
in the dark, alone.
And
This would prove so traumatic that he refused to
I'm gonna
speak for
give
the next
this
6
to
years.
mine.
In more recent
Enchantress.
times, Chris negated this event as the source of his troubles, and upon
I don't know if
educating
this works
himself
for the-
further,
for the,
acknowledged that the advanced
follower.
age of his parents was a likely factor in him developing autism. Despite living out his childhood as a mute, Chris was anything but quiet. He confessed later on in life that he screeched often and was very troublesome to his parents.
Are you ready?
In 1985, the Hammer household moved into their neighborhood.
Okay.
The Hammers and the
I'm
Chandlers
gonna
struck up
keep
a cordial
doing
relationship, which led to Chris forming a bond with the Hammers'
Torment
daughter.
6
Sarah.
or maybe level
Looking back,
27
Chris
because
considered her to be his closest
almost died
childhood
right
friend,
now.
and that she greatly helped him with
I don't
his
like that.
autism. However, from what is known of their relationship, it is also likely that she took advantage of Chris's innocence and trust, and may be seen more as a bully than a friend. For example, based on Chris's own recountings, she once told him that the character Casper the Friendly Ghost
Ew.
was hiding under her
I
house.
don't like the charge
Chris then
back.
crawled into the Hammer's crawl space to find him, only to find spiderwebs, bugs, and dirt instead, where Sarah allegedly locked him in. After about half an hour, her dad came to his rescue. On another occasion, she told Chris that if he were to eat the upper thing of a honeysuckle, it would taste like honey. This is a reference to the berries of a honeysuckle, which can be slightly harmful if ingested in large doses. Unfortunately,
What a
their
dick.
parents told them of the dangers of doing so before Christopher could fulfill Sarah's wish.
I think anymore is still.
At the age of 5,
Oh,
Chris
oops.
began studying at Greene County Primary School together with Sarah. In 1987, in a lengthy letter addressed to Chris, dated December 26,
Okay, so
Bob offered
there's
his outlook
very
on
little
life
enemies.
and presented some life advice for his son. There are many
This
sides
letter's
to a
pretty cool.
mountain and many ways to climb it. If you get stopped, back off, regroup, and try another way. If you are still not successful, maybe it is not meant to be. If it is meant to be, having it on the back burner simmering for a while is not bad. It will pop up again, and the way to attain it will be there. Everything in its time. Your mother and I have done our best for you, and in return, we expect at least that from you, for yourself and your children.
Yeah, I don't think
He
he's gonna
also
have any
expressed
children.
wishes for his son to inherit and hold dearly his vast collection of music, movies, stamps, and art prints. He highlighted the significance of attaching possessions' sentimental value by reminiscing about the straight razor he had inherited from his grandfather, which he carelessly broke while using it as a screwdriver. Bob
I love
recalled-
that part right there, because you know, there's this hippie thought that material things don't matter because when you die you're not gonna have any of it. And I guess I guess that if you die you're not gonna enjoy anything that's a part of life. But you know, I think that material things can have a lot of value, especially if they're very sentimental. So I don't fully agree with the part that material things have like no actual value, because you're not gonna take them with you to another life. So what if there's no other life? What if you just didn't enjoy things? You just thought material things didn't matter. You know, they might matter to you. I don't think you should be ashamed of liking material things. But yeah, this is cool letter.
He still held on to that broken razor for his entire life, because his grandfather wanted him to have it, and hoped that Chris would share his sentiment. I hope that you will not carelessly misuse, waste, or destroy the value of the many things I have collected for you. First, learn all about them, how to use them and enjoy them, their value, and how you can thoughtlessly waste.
You know, Christian doesn't like work, right? I don't know what he does. Like I've never actually watched things from him, like from his channel, or from their channel, I guess. But he actually has like money. He actually earns money somehow. And I think if he had started doing less controversial stuff, saying less weird stuff on the internet, he could have monetized his channel very easily. And he already had like a house and this vast collection of things, like very interesting things from all around the world. He could have just learned, like, just what it says here, like, learn all about them, right? That's what all he had to do. Just grab the things his father left him and read. And read them, like read whatever they have on them. And he would have just been like a way
their
smarter
value,
person.
then enjoy them as I have. For example, my very good stamp collection, or all the recorded popular music on cassette tape, VCR tapes, and records. My books on popular music, movies, entertainers,
Like he actually
musical
listened to the
theater,
music, but
ship models, my
That's it.
daylilies, gazebo, and dreams. In 1989, during a weekly trip to the toy store with his mother, Chris picked up a GoBot transforming toy up on the
what the hell's a GoBot? Looks like a Chinese knockoff. Mighty robots, mighty vehicles.
display,
That's
and
Tonka.
slowly
I don't know
started to
what
read
Tonka
out
is.
the text on the package,
That Japanese
ending his 6 years
would
of
be weird.
silence. In addition to taking regular classes at the primary school, he now also received language training at James Madison University, where he developed a friendship with one Joshua Martinez,
I think this guy is just a troll.
who as a child had an apparently unintelligible Spanish accent. In addition, Christopher would watch TV for long hours, developing his reading skills by watching programs with closed captions turned on whenever possible. Through watching television, the boy happened to develop an eclectic taste for TV shows and
He's pretty
curious
bad at
knowledge
reading,
of
though.
pop culture references outside of his generation.
So I
known
think
in
I didn't work out
contemporary
that
media
good.
such as the
Yeah,
cartoon
well.
series My Little Pony, with the likes of the 1950s sitcom I Love Lucy, and other older programs that were being enjoyed by his parents. It was possibly during this time that Chris watched the 1986 animated film The Adventures of the American Rabbit, which seemingly had a profound impact on his worldview, American patriotism, and later forays into storytelling. It was also at around this time that Christopher joined the Wolf Cub Scouts, likely pack number 174, located in Stannardsville, Virginia, as part of the Scouts program, which taught children practical, mostly outdoor.
You know the Boy Scouts? They might seem like kind of lame, but the skills that they teach are like kind of badass. You can just survive in the wild as a Boy Scout. If you pay attention and you actually do the drills and are like interested in doing that. They're basically military youth. Now, I don't know if there's any like indoctrination to the military, but the skills they teach are pretty good. I really don't know how the Boy Scouts work. They seem like such a foreign concept. I think I've never actually heard something like that. I think the closest thing I can think of it is like military service. That's like a whole other thing. Man, I just love one-shotting things. Feels good.
Skills, while community and character building, likely inspired by Bob's own experience as a Boy Scout, who had reached the highest rank of Eagle Scout.
God damn.
Chris was allegedly kicked out of the Scouts after a short time, confessing it may have been due to his autism and bursts of anger. He claimed that his parents had tried
I
to sue
wonder
the
if he
Boy
actually
Scouts of
hit
America for
someone
the
and, like,
expulsion, but no legal
bit
action
someone.
ultimately took place.
Once
In
bit
July of that
someone.
year, Barbara and Chris flew to San
Was one of my
Francisco,
asshole
California,
cousins.
to visit Cole for his 26th birthday. This was the first and
Which is
only
a-
recorded time
So
Chris
mad at him.
visited Cole.
He had the chance.
Also
He
in
took it.
1989, Bob and Chris converted their backyard shed into a workshop, christening it the Dreaming Studio. Bob had hoped that he and his son would build things together there, extending to his progeny his fondness for engineering. He even commemorated the space with a plaque, which read, Dreaming Studio of Mr. C and Little C, where dreams do come
I wonder
true.
how many times Bob tried to use that room, that shed, before getting turned into into a hoarding chamber, into a treasure chamber. For fucking Snorlax. I wonder where she got so fat, because there are a lot of pictures of her when she met Bob, and she didn't look that fat. Then all of a sudden there is this picture of her slimming.
1989. However, when asked about it later, Chris could not recall what, if anything, had been built there. It was soon instead mostly used by Barbara for storage. For Christmas of that year, he got a Nintendo Game Boy.
I wonder what do you have to think about to become such a hoarder? I mean, let me phrase that. I wonder what your headspace has to be to think, oh, I need to keep everything, absolutely everything. Like, I can understand keeping boxes, being like a disorganized person. Like, I'm pretty bad at organizing things, right? So sometimes my room is like full of shit, and it's just overwhelming to think about even playing it, right? But like, if you know, like, emotional attachment to a lot of things, I feel like they're trash. That sounds pretty good. But like, to keep everything to the point that you need extra space outside just to keep even more shit. It just sounds kind of ridiculous, though. I do remember that with my family a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago, we had like a place, well, not a place, like a room. What can I call this? How can I say this? What can I call this? Okay, so this, it's like a service room. It was like a lot bigger than a room, right? And it was just full of shit, full of a lot of weird shit. I even found Sega Game Gear over there, and I used to play it a lot when I was a child. But yeah, we got rid of most stuff. A bunch of it's even black. That looks weird. A bunch of magazines, a bunch of DVDs and toys. So we got rid of a lot of things, and we rearranged, and we turned it into like an actual room for someone, like with a bed and everything, and it's pretty cool. The good thing is, like, my mom's pretty organized, so she kept everything in its place. Oh, it's open. Good. Okay. Let's keep watching.
Portable game
I used to have one
console.
of these.
This
I
was
love
also
it.
the year that the family got Patty Chandler, a Beagle Spitz mix, which they picked up as a pup from their aunt Karina. Chris grew very attached to the dog, displaying a fondness and arguably a love rarely shown for anything or anyone else in his life. In 1990,
Okay.
Bob co-hosted a jazz marathon on WTJU radio in Charlottesville, Virginia. During the program,
So I'm gonna
he
keep on
displayed
farming
his
this
keen knowledge of 1920s and 30s jazz music.
difficulties for a while.
Okay, now we go
Then I
on
might
to
just
performance number
change
2,
to
which is Tight Like That. This is November the 9th,
to
1928, with Chicago
League of
personnel,
Legends, maybe.
Tampa Red's Hokum Jug Band. It's a great group of Chicago musicians featuring kazoo, guitar, and jug by Hudson Whitaker. Tampa Red's guitar, Thomas A. Dorsey is on the piano and the
Fuck
washboard.
me.
Frankie Halfpipe Jackson. Vocals interact to make this a great session. Listen for some very good kazoo and jug.
I guess I'm gonna
And notice
change
how
these.
Halfpipe Jackson laughs
gonna-
like scat singing. Very unusual.
Alright, this, and
1990 also marked the
then
last year of Chris's stay at Greene
love to
County
get
Primary
this
School.
one.
At around this time, he met Tiffany Robinson, one of his earliest female friends. He recalled that she was his first
And
crush and that they would hang out together a lot.
I want
However,
a socket,
after
please.
some time, she left Chris in favor of some other boy.
This
For
is
his fourth grade
socket.
studies, he transferred to
There we
Nathaniel
go.
Green Elementary School. It was here where he allegedly had very distressing experiences. He asserted that the staff at the school did not know how to handle autistic children and treated him
I can believe that.
cruelly. Chris contended that 5 members of staff abused him by pinning him down to the ground, holding his wrists and ankles.
Like, I wouldn't believe most of the things Christian says, right? He's a fucking liar. So you kind of have to live half like 50% of the things that he says. And even then, it's probably kind of exaggerated. I would think that someone grabbed him, like by the arm, but I don't think he got pinned down. I think he just said that to get his mom angry.
And audiotaping his cries. Furthermore, he claimed that the principal forced him to sit on his lap and said offensive things to him. But little Christopher
I wonder if
resisted,
this
and
works.
the advances never
Shit,
went
with
further
her.
than that. Chris also
No, it
claimed that
doesn't.
the principal was gay, which contributed to his homophobic outlook in adult life. He recalled, "I was
Does she have
abused
any
by
thorns?
one,
I
a
think she has.
homosexual principal at my elementary school, slapped me on his
Okay.
lap, said some offensive things to me, and I felt uncomfortable." Even though Chris's accounts of the events could not be verified, it is also not unlikely that an event like this could have taken place. Though Chris never specified the reasoning behind their attacks, nor did he state whether him being restrained and being assaulted by the principal were separate or related events. It is possible that he may have been restrained
I just
and
wanted to
verbally
quickly-
abused as a form of disciplinary action, and even placed in a scream room, which was a fairly
Yeah, but can you blame anyone for putting Chris in a scream room? That fucker was probably loud. Like, seriously loud. I don't think any blood is power. I think I like extended servitude now. Okay, let's go try another rift. Empower it. Let's get another 31. Let's check out how this gun goes.
common school installation for dealing with autistic children up until the mid-1990s. Whatever event transpired, it forced Chris's parents to take him away from Nathaniel Green Elementary School. To further things, they took the case to Greene County Court. After the school board threatened to take
wonder
Chris
if
out of
that's-
mainstream education and
oh,
instate him
oh,
into
oh.
a special needs school, the Chandlers dropped the case. Chris later recounted, "Back in my Greene County days, the principal of Nathaniel Green Elementary School was a homo, and when I was sent to his office, he picked
Is
me up,
that not
set me on his
recharging
lap,
my
Then I would always get off his lap, because
thing?
I always
I don't
hated
know.
that. I felt
I don't
bad
know
vibes
if
back
it's
then.
doing it or not.
Unfortunately, it has never gone beyond that, and my father caught his intentions on that, and the court battle started. He likely exaggerates,
boom,
but my
boom,
father
boom.
knew that there was a bunch of homos within that school board, and that was why they hated me and my family, in addition to those people not understanding autism.
Why did they hate it? Because they were gay? What? That is why they hated us. Because they were a bunch of homos. I gotta laugh. Christian. It's just saying that. Like he's just throwing facts right there. Like homosexuals are like, no, it doesn't make any sense though. Like if they're a normal family, right? Like he I don't know how serious he is with the transgender stuff. But like he identifies as a woman, right? But at that point he didn't he used to be a child, right? Like he didn't identify as a woman back there, I guess. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe he didn't even have the concept of it. But they're just a nuclear family, right? Like that, a man, two males and a female, right? I would believe that the homos hated their family if they were three women. You know, because homosexuals are identified by the fact that they hate women. Like, homosexual hate females. That's like, the distinctive trait. It's not about liking men or anything, or like liking the same gender as yours, right? It's about hating women. That's a whole another story.
Anyway, from those past memories,
That's the only way I would like be like, yeah, they hate you because they're homosexuals. If they were like a lesbian couple and an adopted female child.
that is why I have grown up to rarely associate with men, and why I
Now they do hate them. Like now I would believe him because he identifies, well, she identifies as a woman, and Barb might still be alive. So now homosexuals can hate
Spy
her
the
family.
homos, the worst. Bob moved with Chris to Chesterfield County to
Or
retain
homos,
custody
as he
and
says.
homeschooled the boy for the remainder of the school year, while Barbara continued to live in their house in Ruckersville, taking care of Patty the dog.
I don't know.
His parents feared the mistreatment Christopher might have received in the special school, and were determined to keep him in mainstream education, instilling in him the ideal that his autism made him special, but which did not prevent him from living among everyone else. It was around this tumultuous time that young Christopher had an uplifting experience that would change his life. During a shopping trip in the Regency Square shopping mall in Richmond, Virginia, most likely in December 1992, but in other accounts he stated it was 1989, he came across the Leonard Bernstein Symphony Orchestra, a show comprised
Bernstein.
of an animatronic
Are you sure it's
orchestra
not
of characters that
Bernstein?
is held around
Terry?
Christmas
Terry?
time.
I don't remember
The
how the name
conductor,
was.
Leonard Bernstein, was made to be
I'm
fully
sorry.
interactive with his audience
I'm trying
with
to
the
be
help of
funny.
a human controller behind the scenes. On this day, the turnout for the show was weak, so Chris got extra attention from the bear. During their conversation, Leonard asked him his name, and the person
I wonder if he was
controlling
like the only
animatronic
person
answered,
there.
calling him back Christian.
Like the only child.
The boy took this as a profound sign and felt that he should be called Christian.
I don't know if my
In
thing is
1993,
broken. I think it might be
enrolled
because
in
it looks kind of
Providence
weird.
Middle School in Richmond. He looked back fondly over his time here, giving special credit to his teacher, Virginia Sanford. She was the most influential teacher in my life. During my years at
Ouch.
Providence Middle
Ouch.
School, she taught me better social skills, how to better cope with other
Oh,
people,
shit.
bullies, and
Why
life.
didn't I?
With a
That
positive
was
and
good.
fun, tomboyish attitude, she was a teacher any child would be most proud to look up to and be taught by. He also forged a friendship with one Natasha Turner, a girl a few years older than him, whose family were neighbors with Bob and Chris in their new
Like, I guess Bob hates homosexuals. I guess Barbara is kind of a, like, just a hoarding machine at this point. Like, they don't really care about Christian. They only care about their teachers being, like, nice to him. But they should have done something about his teeth, man. Like, this is 100% parents' fault. You gotta take your children to the dentist. Even if they don't want. You have to. I'm sorry. If you can, no. If you have children, you need to take them to the dentist. You cannot punish your children like this. Like, you have to be a special breed of evil person to force a child or another person to just have bad teeth. Like, seriously. Not at this point in time. I'm sorry. Like, unless you're super poor, and I think that at that point there are like special programs or something that could help you out. But I'm sorry, you cannot have your children like that. That's just disgusting as a parent. This is horrible, parents. You should do better. And if those aren't, I don't know how old he's there, but if those are like his permanent teeth, that's bad. Because he never used what are those called? What are those called? Brackets or anything? And his teeth like remained like that for a long time.
Chesterfield County apartment, and so would often hang out together at the bus stop, coming to and from school. He
Now,
initially
this
had
is
a crush
good.
on her,
This is
but
very
lost romantic
good.
interest
God
when he
damn.
first saw her smoking. He would also sometimes give her money on behalf of his father for her quote-unquote friendship and attention. Chris would later realize that Natasha was, in a sense, a friend with benefits.
Like,
since
that's
she would
really
stay with
good.
him and be friendly and
Dental.
watchful in exchange for
Oh.
a monetary reward.
I might have just been an
from Bob.
asshole and talked
Bob
about
knew
like
that his son had little hope in forming true
non-permanent
friendships
teeth.
otherwise.
I swear he does have really bad teeth though.
The cool new TV show is on the air.
In
That's
the
pretty
fall of 1993, Sega, the video game developer, held a Watch and Win sweepstakes contest in conjunction with their Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
I think I might
starring
have been an
Bob
asshole. I
Cratchit
really don't know if his
and the
dental,
video game series.
if his
100 lucky
teeth are
winners
like
would get a
really bad
$1,000
right
shopping
now.
spree
They
at
might be.
KB Toys Toy Store. And one of them was Chris.
Christian is one of only about 100 winners nationally to receive
But everything I said, it's true.
$1,000 worth of
You
Sega
have to
games and equipment for his
help the
parents,
children
and
out.
It's just another example of how well he's doing. Christian is a high-functioning autistic child. This past fall, on his own initiative,
So this
he entered
narrative
a
is
contest
Radma, okay.
based on a favorite cartoon character.
I had to do was exactly what side the cartoon, and I'd listen to what side says at the end of it, and write it down for a whole week, and then I had to mail it in, and I had to be drawn out of a hat, and I just won.
And Christian's father says it only takes a few hours for him to master an electronic game and then move on to another. I can't master any of them. That's it for now, and it's...
Come on.
On December 29th, 1993, the Richmond Times-Dispatch published an article about Christian's magical encounter with Leonard Bernstein, titled, "It Took a Talking Bear to Give the
Damn.
Name a Young Boy Loves."
So how do I get the
Following
ancient
recounts the
items?
events of the day. Since this was early in the Christmas season on a Thursday afternoon, the crowd was light. The conversation between Leonard and Christopher lasted about an hour. Christopher was spellbound. Something unusual happened during that conversation. When Leonard Bernstein, in a decidedly British accent, asked Christopher his name, the bear must have misunderstood what the boy replied. Leonard started calling our son Christian. What better name for the Christmas season? And the name stuck like glue.
Oh, Torment
Bob
6.
also
Okay.
offered up some insight into the family's situation. Christopher is a high-functioning autistic child. While intellectually his age level is 12 or 13, socially he is around age 7 or 8. He has some behavior problems with his peers and relates better with children a few years younger than him. The Greene County school system was not equipped to teach an autistic child, Mr. Chandler said. The Chesterfield
Okay,
County school
I think it
system has
changed to,
accepted him with open arms.
2.
The
Torment
article
6.
also mentions that Bob had originally wanted to name his son Christian, but had quote-unquote chickened out. It is unclear what scared him off from naming his child Christian. In any case, the following year, the boy had his
Okay.
name legally changed to Christian Weston Chandler. In the spring of 1996, Barbara retired from her secretarial position at Virginia Power, while Bob and Christian moved to a 3-bedroom condominium in the Newbury Town community in Chesterfield. In late spring, Chris graduated from Providence Middle School. As a parting gift, Mrs. Sanford wrote a personal and prophetic letter to Chris. "Well, it's been 3 years now at Providence, and it's all over. Where has the time gone to? The most important parting words I can leave you with,
Damn.
well, are to always remember this. You show people where your weak points are located. Then they will know how to push your button. If you never show them, they will never know. I hope you have an enjoyable summer
This one,
and
this
come
one
back to
seems
visit.
pretty good.
Do your very best at Manchester. Put your best foot forward and treat others as you wish to be treated.
Let's keep doing
Love,
30.
Mrs. Sanford."
I think that's like
The Manchester in question happened to
best
be
chance to
Manchester
get.
High School of Midlothian, Virginia, where, according to Christian, he spent the happiest years of his life. In Manchester, Chris had a sizable group of female friends, which he dubbed gal pals. Among the first that he met was Molly Quarles, a cheerleader. He later fondly remembered them being paired up during a matchup event for Valentine's Day.
what the hell?
Laura Beth Dorazio was another
seems kinda
cheerleader
odd.
Chris met and fell for, but after he confessed that he had a crush on her, she told him that she would like them to remain just as friends. Chris seemed to develop a special endearing fondness for gal pal Tiffany Gowan, who he described as a bit of a tomboy and a peppermint patty type to his Charlie Brown, referencing the Peanuts comic strip and cartoon characters.
I just
Kelly
want my
Anderson
side.
was his biggest crush.
Why don't I
Christian
have my
later said
side?
that
I
they were
wish I
high
had
school
my
sweethearts,
side.
even
I
though
wish I
they were
had my
never in
blood
an
sucking
actual
side.
relationship together.
That's all I want.
Sarah Bevel was in the same chemistry class along with Kelly and
I might
Chris.
get that side. I
Sarah
think.
had a boyfriend at the
Just
time, and Chris watched
really
them
playing.
interact, hoping to experience that kind of relationship one day. Writing. It was fun to just watch them flirt with each other. I could have
shit.
learned from that, but my autism and normal social phobias held me back then. Miranda Mitchell was said to be the big brain in his circle of friends, with whom he shared computer graphics class. His group of gal pals were possibly not genuinely interested in a friendship with Chris, but rather stayed with him out of pity
I would
and as
reflex
protection.
damage.
A later comment made by Chris suggests that the group had made an arrangement with Bob and or the principal of the high school for the female students to keep a watchful eye on him in exchange for some reward, academic or otherwise. When riding on the school bus, he used to sit right in front of the bus door so he could always get off the fastest. However,
I wonder what the school bus feels like riding the school bus feels like. We don't have that here, well, anyway. Sounds like kind of a haunting experience.
during his freshman year, he got into an altercation with a black boy
Ain't gotta
who
do it every
supposedly
day.
wanted to be off the bus first. He punched Christian in the face, knocking his glasses off. In order to resolve the issue, Chris was forced to take the special ed bus to school from then on, which deeply
Special
affected him.
ed.
He always felt very uncomfortable associating with others whom he called slow in the minds. Chris later recalled, I ended up with this really worse off, mentally
It's funny
challenged
because he describes his health as having like episodes of being like slow, like his mind being slow. Like he does things like, oh, the damn autism just makes me slow. Something like that. But he starts describing. He starts being all jumbled and weird because of the autism, but he just doesn't like other people with, I don't want to say disabilities, but maybe that's the word. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I already said it.
person who could hardly ever speak other than That boy bopped me on the back
Grr.
of the head for his own laughs. The special ed teacher
I mean,
who
that
rode on
could
the
be
bus
annoying.
talked to his
I'll give him
brother
that.
about it, and he kept him from bopping me. But having to put up with his nonsensical slur talk was still just as cringy
Slur
and
talk.
horrifying. Ugh. On November 13th,
Okay, you gotta be
1996,
kind of an asshole just
Christian claimed that he was standing
to
in
be
the middle
annoyed
of the
at
school
that.
hallway next to the basketball court, daydreaming about Sonic the Hedgehog. He was then allegedly hit in the head by a stray basketball, which inspired him to create the character Bionic the Hedgehog, conceived as Sonic's basketball-playing brother. He proceeded to depict Bionic symbolically defeating autism.
The funny thing is that could have been drawn anytime. I know the date's right here, but that could have been drawn anytime.
Concerning schoolwork, there was a wealth
His
of information that had been attained while
drawing
Dr. Chris
skills
had
haven't
completed his studies. Looking back over his years at
improved a lot.
Manchester High School, he maintained
I'm not
and
one
held
to
an
talk,
honor roll
though.
streak, meaning he
But
consistently
he does that
acquired
for a
high
living,
grades
so
throughout his time
I
there,
mean, he claims
though
to
uncovered school
draw.
reports and assignments helped to refute his claims, as he had
He,
regularly
they,
failed
whatever.
to turn
I'm just
in
gonna call him
assignments
he
and
because
received
I really
mediocre
don't think that
scores.
he
Further protested
takes the
that he
transgender
received
thing
mainstream
seriously.
education,
I think
though
just
his found
does
schoolwork
it as
indicated he was often given simplified
weird
projects
coping
designed for
mechanism,
special
but
needs
whatever.
students. Over
I
the
think
course
you
of
could just
4
say that for
semesters,
any
he studied Spanish,
transgender person.
about which he felt very impassioned.
If
For
you
class assignments, he adopted
like
a Spanish
are
name,
very bigoted
Ricardo,
about it,
a common
so
practice for students in
I
order
don't
to
know.
better get into character and culture
I don't think
of the
he
language.
himself
However,
takes
Christian
it
often
seriously.
used Ricardo in class assignments outside of Spanish.
Like, look at that. Like, if he used like maybe female names ever since he was little. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak about that anymore.
And even considered it as part of his real name. For one
It
of
might
his
sound
assignments,
dated.
he had to conduct an interview with his parents, offering some more information about their life experiences. For the question, why did you choose to have children? They answered, it's nice to have kids. For what adjustments did you have to make after your first child arrived? They answered, laughter from 4 kids and 3 situations, likely referring to their troubled past marriages and estranged
What?
children. Interestingly, when asked about what had been the hardest part about parenting, the answer was dealing with the school system. In another assignment concerning families, Chris inserted mathematical equations into his definitions, likely utilizing knowledge recently attained from
I know people that would do that, like, unironically. Different. They want to speak with mathematical equations because that's like the simplest way their brain understands reality. That's kind of that's impressive, but I think he thought he understood it, but Christian really does think he's way smarter than he is. But who doesn't though?
math class. For example, he defined a nuclear family as a mother, father, and X is more than or equal to 1 child sharing the same household.
Damn.
He also described
That's
adoption
quite a way to
as
put it.
a right to raise a
How
child
the
who's
fuck did that
biologically
thing
their
explode?
own. Another time, Christian took part in a parenting exercise in which he wore an empathy belly to simulate the feeling of being a
I
pregnant
didn't get any
woman.
other
He
lender.
wrote a
That's
report
kind of like
describing his experience. Having a belly like a pregnant woman was really an awkward experience.
oh,
When I tried
that's
to
so
get my pencil
good,
bag
Jesus.
out of my backpack,
Oh,
the belly
that's
held me
so
back,
good. I
putting
love it.
pressure on my left
Oh,
leg.
that's so
Luckily, my arms were
good.
long, but if they were any shorter, I would have had a real problem to reach the pencil bag. While I was sitting in my
Oh,
chair,
that's so
the belly
badass
made it
though.
uncomfortable
Oh,
for me to
God.
cross my legs, and while my legs were separated, it put
I need to
pressure
get
on my
this set.
private part, which gave me a strange, weird feeling. So, it was quite an experience while I had a belly like a pregnant woman.
6.
Chris
Okay.
got full marks for his report. One time, he wrote an essay about Japan's involvement in World War II. For the report, he wrote his name as Ricardo W. Chandler, with Christian
Come
placed in
on.
parentheses, and wrote English in Spanish. The teacher justly corrected this. According to Chris, the war was a very tragic event with
It
guns.
was a tragic event with guns. It's all. I don't know, but
insults,
yuck.
and yuck. He continued.
Yuck. I wonder what the yuck was for him. I would think mod. Like, have you guys gotten that video and you recommended? The Hell is Mod? I think that would be the closest thing to yuck. Maybe the rations were yuck. Rations. The rations, yeah.
Continues. The Japanese and Americans had deemed glowering at each other like boxers from opposite corners of a 5,000-mile ring, waiting for their bout to begin. So, the US
What?
and Japan really wanted to get it on. He also wrote of US President Woodrow Wilson's involvement at the end of the war, even though his term had ended 20 years before Japan got involved in World War II. On assessing Chris's essay, the teacher commented, "Restate thesis." There is also a page titled Warm Fuzzies for Christian W. Chandler, which most likely was a class activity in which the students wrote nice things for each other in order to promote acceptance. The messages left for
I
Chris
deal
were
a
generally
lot of
generic and bland,
damage.
such as, "I like your clothes," "is a very funny and nice person," "Okay, funny, you are a nice person," "nice watch, you tell great jokes," and "you tell fun jokes."
I have no
Finally,
clue how to
Christian
get
composed
stronger than
13
this.
lucky writing tips,
Like, really?
an assignment for
Maybe go
English
set
class,
bonuses.
in which he switched 4 tips in to what most closely resembles Spanish. Use standard written English. Do not use contractions in formal writing.
Oh, contractions. That reminds me. That does remind me. We are gonna be watching this video after. It's kind of odd. This is the video we're gonna watch after. The contractions. Not the contractions. No, not. Please, God, no. Ah, damn. So how long? It's true. 1 hour or something. That's okay. We're gonna finish that.
You must have a thesis statement in each essay. The thesis statement
then
es el finalier estancia de
we'll just go play some
paragrafe.
League
Tu
or
escribes
something.
el literature. El thesis incluye el llama de author y llama de work. Los paragraphs soporte y relate que el thesis. Los paragraphs tienes el topic estancias hablan el unifying concepto de el paragraph.
This guy just he's trying his best to make it the least understandable as possible. This is good. This is so
Los
good, man.
details soporte y relate a el topic estancia.
It's like I heard this in a video a couple days ago. It's like everything he writes. It's a very elaborate shit post, and I'm not in I think, but the point is that everything he writes, like, it's written wrongly, ironically, but it's not, and that's the worst part. That when you realize this is like the way his brain works, like he was writing. He was thinking both in Spanish and English, but in like the weirdest but broken Spanish you could think of. I think the worst assumption you're gonna make when learning a new language is thinking you're good at it. Which I think I'm guilty of. But come on, Spanish is not that easy. Spanish is kind of hard because it's kind of it's similar to Latin. And Latin was pretty fucking hard. Latin. So when you write in Spanish, you kind of have to switch your way of looking at sentences. Because a lot of things you would notice if you're learning English or Spanish. No, yeah, if you're learning in Spanish, a lot of sentences seem to be like the same as English, but turned like the words are in a different order, right? But then it gets really hard to make sense of Spanish if you think about it that way. So the best way to do it is like forget about the structures in English. You kind of gotta relearn how to structure your sentences, or else you're just gonna end up like this guy, thinking you can just insert English terms or Spanish terms in the middle of sentences. Especially because a lot of Spanish, well, English speakers that learn Spanish seem to have a lot of emphasis in words like necesitas or necesito, because I have to, and I think teachers tend to translate it as necesitas. I've heard a lot of people saying it a lot, and we do say it in Spanish. We do use necesito sometimes, but not really. It's a weird word to say. It literally means I need. But we almost don't use it unless we say something like necesito tu ayuda, right? It's kind of a serious thing to say. That's just one word. There are a lot more that English teacher seems to make an emphasis on speaking.
the paragraph.
In
Necesitas los adecuates
English.
soporte details.
no, I mean
Escribe
Spanish
el
teachers.
literatore en presente tense. Necesitas tres muchachos.
Yeah, like there. Necesitas. You need to. And he probably wanted to say something like, you have to, or you're required to, right? You need to put the necesitas in a list, especially in a list. You can just put the number and then say, I have no clue what he wanted to say there.
Necesitas creas muy bien tu escribes cree sense.
Jesus
muy
Christ.
logical. Cheques tu escribir muy carefully. From his school report, it can be seen that he failed all but 2 of his 14 assignments, earning a D+
Jeez.
for the year. Among his
Poor guy.
other
I don't get
activities,
the
he served as a water boy for the
letter
school basketball team,
assignment
the Manchester Lancers, along with Joseph
grades.
Herring, one of Christian's
I just know
only
that
good
A's
friends. Chris also
people
declared
learn.
that he was the supposed manager for the Lancers as well. On May 14th, 1998, at age 16, Chris wrote a poem entitled Song of Christian for his class, loosely based on Walt Whitman's Song of Myself. He decided to record his
Like-
creation for posterity in video form the following day.
Kind of about to think, kind of about to say this, but I do kind of admire Christian to some degree. At least I admire his confidence.
Beyond just reciting the
Just
poem,
recording
he portrays
shit
himself as the
and putting it
enthusiastic host
up
of
on the
Christian
internet.
Chandler Show.
He just showed his face. Just showed his face. I mean, this is for his his classmates. Yeah, this is something for his classmates, right? But still, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done it like at all. I would have made some sort of weird excuse to get out, to just get up doing this assignment. This kind of shit. Oh, come on. One more. Yes, there we go. Oh, this is an ancient chest. Okay. Okay, that's cool. And this is ancient as well. Oh, nice. I do have ancient stuff. So I should have just... Yeah. I should just leveled up the gem.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Christian Chandler Show. I am your host, Christian Chandler. Anyway, I'm going to do my poem now, so here goes. I hear America singing as I sing of myself, and you experience as I experience. The problems of yourself are my problems. The youth of the young singing cries of happiness. The children's song is song of laughter. At age 6 weeks, I sang this song of laughter. Then at 1.5 years of age, the Lord put the mute button on me. The rudeness of the teenager's song, the despicable mention of rude words, and
I wonder what my parents would have said if they heard me saying all this shit people like Christian do or say. Because I remember when I used to play on my computer with my friends, like when I was like Christian age, and I would end up raging or something, my parents would be like, "What, are you crazy or what? Stop it!" And that would just keep me from like raging out or doing embarrassing shit. But like, there's this clip from Christian, right? The famous Greene County Health Office speech from Bob, right? Where he just enters and he goes, "Shut that thing down," and he also goes, "You better figure out a way for keeping the things from out on the internet." So what he's gonna do? Is he gonna shut it down, or is he not gonna? Or is he gonna keep things out of the internet? I don't get it. I guess just shutting it down, and not ever posting anything again, would have been the best thing Chris could have done. But his father did coerce him into doing a lot of things. Well, maybe not coerce him, but he convinced him into doing weird shit. Like, posting in a troll forum once. I remember that. I need a pair of legendary pants. Give me a break. I didn't get a single legendary pen. You're kidding me. Fuck.
And D-R-U-G-S. I'm not afraid to speak, despise the hazardous flukes in America's song. My song that I sing, although I talk well, my pure relationship is low and my loneliness is off the scale.
Like, from a young age, this guy just kept thinking about mating. That's the weirdest thing about people like him.
He then explains
The,
his inspiration for each line of the poem.
so-called
and reflects on his
lol
fascination
cows.
with the Sonic the Hedgehog universe.
They're
showcasing
just
a
horny.
handmade hypothetical issue of video game news and strategy magazine
That's disgusting.
Nintendo Power, which pertained to the video game producing company Nintendo.
Oh,
Christian's cover
put my
envisions
money on
Sonic,
it.
originally made by rivaling company Sega, traveling to the Nintendo brand.
Here it is, my homemade Nintendo Power magazine. Actually, that's just the cover. I'm working on it on the insides, like a regular Nintendo Power magazine. When I'm done, it should have 108 pages according to
Oh, I thought that was an elite.
Anyway, you know, I had this dream a long time ago about Sonic on Game Boy.
He's just getting started writing. Weird
So
shit.
that's why I based my magazine on. Put the cover.
He had a dream.
Nintendo. So I started off by making my own Nintendo 64 game, Sonic 64. Isn't that a cool picture or what?
He then brings up Bionic the Hedgehog, Sonic's brother who was a basketball player and mechanic.
And Bionic? Well, you heard rumors about Bionic. He's that Sonic's brother I made myself, who's that very good basketball player and mechanic. I can tell you the background story on him. Bionic was Sonic's older brother. Please, no older. Anyway, I'm just usually lonely at home, don't have a second player to play with. I don't even have a little brother, I'm still hoping for one. I see about God, that's about time I sign off. But before I go, just one thing to say to
He's gonna start ranting about the teacher. The balls in this guy. He is like the OG Karen. I think that's the worst thing that Christian got from their family. From like his parents. The fact, the disrespect to authority is just off the charts. Like, you can just talk shit about as much as you want to about your teachers, right? Like, that's not the point. The point is that you should not do it unlike an assignment. Like, I think that's directed towards them, right? Like, they're supposed to see, because that's just gonna get you in trouble. It's just gonna get you bad things.
the teacher. Enough in English class? You have gotta be kidding me.
No,
I'm being asked.
what do you mean you
I
gotta
don't
be
even
kidding,
know
dude?
Last time I got an F.
You write in both Spanish and English at the same time. How the fuck are you supposed to get anything better than an F in English class. I bet everything I got. Those papers, those homework, those everything from Christian is just full of weird Spanish and English combinations that just make zero sense, that make it like tiring to read. That's like the worst part. Like the teacher has to read that shit. You gotta think about their time too. Come on.
Who knows? It could have been back in old Green County. That stupid place. Eesh. That Green County primary. Actually, it was a nice school, but.
Actually, that was a nice school. It's like he has like multiple voices trying to say something at the same time. He says, "Oh, that place." And then somewhere in his mind is like, what do you mean? That was actually pretty cool. He had to admit it. And I kind of understand the talking to yourself part. Kind of like responding to yourself somehow, right? You kind of gotta do it just in your head. And then if you're gonna do like a video or something like that, you kind of have to formulate it into a better sentence, into a way more polished sentence. Because you're gonna sound like an idiot if you don't. And I bet I'm kind of sounding like a dummy too. But you gotta understand. I'm pretty good at understanding English, but I'm not too used to speaking it too much. So I'm not the best English speaker out there. I'm also pretty bad at public speaking, so this is kind of like helping me out to formulate better sentences.
Came along and gave me a nap. I mean, I start off with an 8, and you just lowered it.
Come on, I failed one, right? God damn.
What do you have against the handicapped children anyway? I mean, I know my handicap is autism, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And you, Mrs. Bird, I think that F is very disrespectful.
I wonder what people like this thing when they see a bad grade. I used to cry about my bad grades because I knew they were my fault. I knew I was a dummy. It was really harsh to get a bad grade. Was I thinking that it's disrespectful that a teacher just puts you an F. I mean, gets you an F, grades you an F. Maybe that's the best way to say it. It's just such a weird way to look at the word. Like,
emotional about it.
So what? So what if you're emotional about it? And yeah, I was very emotional about bad grades. I used to get bad grades all the time, especially when I didn't put enough effort. That was the bad part. But like getting a bad grade or putting effort, that was like worst. Well, what you gonna do? You have to do better. That's how I figured out. There's nothing else to do that I'm not doing better.
Anyway, it's time I sign off. Well, this has been the Christian Chandler Show, and we hope you all enjoyed it. And as they say in the line of TV land, good night, folks.
Yeah, fuck this. I don't care.
Around the same time,
I just want legendary
pants.
pants.
Videos of races set in his Lego-made town.
Oh, set
called
pants.
Quickville, a name based on his own initials. They were made with a Game Boy camera, which produced grainy, low-resolution grayscale photos, or alternatively, low-quality stop-motion video. All the racers featured in the videos were named either after pop culture characters that Christian idolized, or people he knew in real life.
I don't believe.
On September 4th, 1998, As a personal project, Christian audio recorded a mock radio show where he portrayed himself as the radio host of his hypothetical KCWC radio station, playing a selection of music tracks.
Station KCWC, and here is your host with the most, Christian Chandler. Bum, 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 bum.
I remember I used to record myself as well. I don't remember if I was singing. I don't even remember what I used to record. But I do remember recording myself. But I was really shy. Really shy. I used to hate the sound of my voice. It's gonna be pretty hard to edit this thing.
Good morning, guys, gals, and dudes of all ages. This is your host, Christian Chandler, here on Everything KCWC. Now, this morning we're gonna start us off with a little dude from old Frankie Sinatra.
Oh, you know what he's doing? He's like redoing the Bob's radio appearance. That's cool. Like, he used to actually admire his dad.
Song entitled,
But I think that his relationship soured when,
I've got the world
you
on
know,
a string.
Christian kind of started understanding that he might be gay.
So take it away, Frankie.
But he might at least be
Finger,
bisexual.
Or else we gotta have some rain.
The music selection Chris plays is an eclectic mix of popular songs from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and contemporary video game music. He also acts as supposed callers calling into the show, and special guests, such as character Alvin of Alvin and the Chipmunks, and his own pre-name change childhood self, Christopher.
And before we announce the next song, we're gonna give you our joke of the day. And this joke comes from Christopher Chandler from Ruckersville, Virginia. And the joke goes like this: Why is 6 afraid of 7? 'Cause
God damn,
7
it's taking a
beats
long
9.
time to
Now, that's a
freaking
pretty
load.
funny one. Thank you, Christopher Chandler.
He also invited his mother Barbara to roleplay as a caller.
And we're going to bring. Uh-oh, got a call on line 1. Bleep. Hello, it's your dime. What's your rhyme?
Hello, my name is Barbara Chandler.
Oh, look at
I'm
that.
calling to request a song for my husband
Oh,
for
that's
his
sweet.
birthday.
No kidding.
His name is Bob Chandler, and he's 71 years old today.
No kidding.
And the song I would like to request is A Bushel and a Peck.
Push on the back and hug around the neck for a 71-year-old man.
I think so. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
that was sweet. Oh, that was actually so sweet, though.
Bye.
You heard it right here, folks. A request for a
Barbara
birthday boy here.
used to be like a
So happy
nice
birthday
person
goes out to Robert
sometimes,
Chandler, and we will
when
play
she
A
wanted to.
Bushel and a Peck from Guys and Dolls.
You know,
The biggest
a little
trend
problem I
in
got
kids' toy history. It's multi-billion
right
dollar.
now. What time is it, though?
Throughout the late 1990s,
I need to leave
the
like
Pokemon
10
game
minutes,
franchise was
so
spreading
I'm
across
just gonna
North
pause it.
America, with Chris keeping a
I'm just
keen
gonna
eye
come back
on
later,
it.
though.
He began playing the trading card
But I did
game
notice
and
that
included illustrations
I'm
of
getting my
Pokemon
ass kicked.
characters in his Spanish homework.
So I'm gonna go
He
get a
also
little,
wrote a lengthy
some little.
English essay detailing how the Pokemon came into their Pokeballs, with which his teacher was very pleased. The year 1999 marked the birth of his Wall of Originals, a designated portion of the wall which displayed Pokemon trading cards that Chris made himself. It featured original Pokemon which he created, such as a female version of the popular Pokemon Pikachu called Chikachu, and Plautistic, a plant which is autistic. Various iterations of Chris himself also appeared several times. His fascination grew to a point that he would dress up as the Pokemon cartoon series character Ash Ketchum out in public. Around mid-1999, Christian launched his first website, a simple Pokemon-themed effort called Quick's Pokesite, cementing the moniker CWC. It was soon replaced by Quick's Pokesite 2, with a new logo designed by Galpal Miranda. He updated it with personal
Like, there, he should have just done that. He should have just kept designing shitty web pages. As if web page design was like the most demanding job ever. I guess it does have a lot of skill to it. But you gotta admit that at least in the times where it was new, most of the time was pretty shit. So I think Christian could have just sold his abilities quite easily. I'm just not dealing any damage. Oh shit. Okay. So little damage though. Oh, this is hardcore as well though. So if I die, I'm just I died yesterday and I had to restart. Oh, okay. I got it. We got it. We get some corpse chain. That's great. That's great. Corpse explosion chain. Is it one-handed? I don't know. Oh, they all live. That's great. Ew. Okay. See you guys. Good things you guys didn't die. I actually can't believe that I got that off and safe. I thought at least one of them was gonna die since they didn't have enough damage. But apparently most of the wolves just didn't attack the card.
And Pokemon-related news semi-regularly over the next year and a half. He would also visit the guest book of other websites at the time, advertising his own sites and asking for others to visit it. This year also marked Christian's first visit to
I don't even know
the
where I'm
Game
going.
Place, a game and hobby store which allowed returning customers to play video games,
Go here.
board games, or trading card games. It quickly became his weekly haunt. The Pokemon craze was captured on film for Richmond's NBC affiliates WWBT News for a special report aired on October 16, 1999. The report featured excited young kids playing the game and trying to explain the phenomenon.
How do you play the game?
I can't explain, it's too long.
Their bewildered parents standing witness.
I'm watching and I still have no clue.
I have no clue how to play Pokemon. I just know that you can't do anything on your opponent's turn. That sounds kind of shit.
Oh boy. I now have spin on it. Slam attack.
So if you had the time to tell me.
To commemorate Valentine's Day of the year 2000, Christian wrote Valentine's Day Hymn, a free verse poem in which he reveals that he holds very traditional views on courtship and the predetermined rules of etiquette for men and women. On a date, the man could not pay the bill, so his date slammed her door in his face. The man's coat over a puddle, the maiden walks. Then the man trips.
I wonder why
and
they
pays the
think like
laundry bill.
this.
Under the moonlight, the couples of the world kiss, but unfortunately
Maybe
for
because
few, they are
a
interrupted
lot of
by
TV
their
shows.
parents.
Because he used to watch a lot
Onto his Quicks Pokesite 2
of old TV
website.
shows.
10 days later, Chris celebrated his 18th birthday, a date which he held in the highest regard. Among the guests in attendance were most of Christian's gal pals and his half-brother Cole. Nearly 3 years after
Oh,
the
look at that.
fact,
Cole
he
actually
reminisced about the event.
actually
I will
went to
never
his
forget my
birthday.
18th birthday party. It was the best of the rest. The weekend before my real birthday, my mother and I prepared for the party I was going to host that day. We hung balloons and streamers. And
Yeah, I'm not
released
gonna mess with it. I'm
refreshments
just
on the
not doing
table.
any damage though.
At the door was 4 of my high school amigas, and one of them brought a friend. We ate pepperoni pizza and drank Pepsi. It was great.
Is
As
that his
mother lit the
18th
candles,
birthday? I think
was
that's
filling
18,
up
yeah.
with ecstasy. After I blew the candles, I was presented
That's
with
just the
big
fucking look
jawbreaker
that guy
from
was
Kelly
kept
and R.L. Steinmeier
until he was
from
like
Sarah,
30
a
years.
trainer with stickers from Miranda, and a rabbit doll with jelly beans from Tiffany.
The
We
same
watched
look.
Good Burger and had fun. After they left, it was done. What did I wish for? I'm not telling. From possibly his parents, he received a Sega Dreamcast game console. He was also photographed wearing a pair of jeans with a suspicious stain on his crotch. Some have
Those
speculated
potion mobs
that
are
it was
kinda
dried
odd.
semen,
I
but
don't know
it
if
is
I like them.
unlikely. About a month later, Chris was tasked with designing a CD jewel case for his graphic design
He's
class.
so
He
mad.
recounted the process. On the fateful day, on March 17th, 2000, I wanted to feature on my favorite hits CD cover Lifelong Hero, Sonic the Hedgehog, and cute newer character Pikachu, but
I wonder if this
copyrighted
is bad
characters were
inspired.
prohibited from the project. So, in my mind, I pondered and pondered when it hit me visually. Sonic and Pikachu combined. In a way to escape the copyright restriction, he combined Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu to create Sonichu, the electric hedgehog Pokemon, which Christian considers to be one of his greatest life accomplishments. The Christian's favorite hits CD tracklist
Oh,
itself
thank you.
consisted of Pokemon, Sonic, and Super Mario game-related music, with intermittent appearances of antiquated hits from artists such as Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby, and influence from his father.
Okay. Sounds okay.
Another month later, Chris had to document a week of his life for a school project. The result was A Week with Christian Chandler, a self-documentary, which detailed the events of his life from April 29th to May 5th, 2000.
Oh,
The
am
front
I?
cover features a
I
blurry
didn't
photo
notice.
of Chris
Oh,
and
okay.
Patty, with an unclear depiction
I
of
think I have to
Sonic
be
the
funny to
Hedgehog
get the
below it.
double.
Chris wrote the report in the third
Reef
person,
tag.
as if followed by a documentary crew. On April 29th, he visited the Books-A-Million bookstore to participate in the Pokemon Trading Card Game League. Afterwards, he
I think
entered
the
a costume
game sound is a
contest,
bit too
and since
high.
he wore his regular Ash Ketchum outfit, he won and received a t-shirt as a prize. For April 30th, he wrote about packing and moving
His
things from
regular
their home
outfit?
in Richmond to their old house in Ruckersville, where Bob and Christian would move to after graduating from high school. The next day, he went to school and used a tripod to help take pictures of himself. He elaborated. During class, Mr. Goss discussed the difference between Shakespeare's world and the real world of today. Christian rested his eyes after Mr. Goss's discussion and before
Okay.
the bell rang. Next, he had trigonometry.
He just fell
I hated being
asleep.
Christian when his nerves kicked into action after waking up from a notey snooze cruise, but I was. Next was computer graphics. It was
hate
great
to
for
be
him today
Christian.
because he got to print his own
I
CD
was.
cover. Next was Spanish
Okay.
too. He took a quiz today, but I think he feels confident in his work. And finally, after a hard, odd day, he rides home on a bus. But unfortunately, it had a few slow in the minds on it.
Oh,
The
what an
following
asshole.
day, he repeated the routine of taking naps during class and noted that on even days, as opposed to odd days, he ate lunch with Tiffany and Sarah. For the next day, he described his daily activities at home, which mostly consisted of playing video games and managing his website. The following day, he talked about working in computer graphics class and making a Mother of the Year award for Barbara, which he planned to give to her on Mother's Day. For the final day's report,
I don't know if I
stated
like
that
the
it was a
blood mist,
difficult
though.
Friday. One of his duties included taking part in a senior group photo. After the long wait for the pictures to be taken, being crowded like a sardine surrounded by immature teenage boys, and having the hot, hot sun shining down on him and everyone else, he went back to the shady entrance. After the photo shoot, Chris was picked up by his dad.
Oh, oh, oh,
And that
whoa,
concludes
whoa,
our
whoa,
week-long
whoa.
documentary of A Week with Christian W. Chandler,
Oh, got it.
the autistic boy that has made it this far, close parentheses.
Come on.
Later in May, Chris attended the senior prom, bringing his mother along as a date. Even though Christian had labeled this set of photos as the senior prom, it is possible that it was some other social gathering due to the fact that the event was held during the daytime, which is typically organized for evenings. Looking back on the prom, he claimed that he was naive about dating, unlike the other students.
Oh,
which had
prom
resulted in him
seems like
failing to
such a
acquire girlfriend
fucking
during his
weird
time in high
experience.
school. Out of
I'm
pity,
so glad
or out of genuine compassion, Tiffany asked
my school
Christian
didn't
to
do
dance.
anything like
He
that.
reported. I hesitated at first, but she grabbed my hand
Just
and
thinking
pulled
about it
me
makes
onto
me
the
shudder.
dance floor. We danced for what felt like hours.
I am not a
It
very
was the
social
most
person,
pleasant experience
and I don't
of
like
that
to be
night,
around a lot of
and I
people.
thank her for dancing with me
For
that
long
night.
periods of time.
He stated
So
that
yeah,
he
it
felt
had
her
been,
willingness to
even
dance
if there
with
had
him
been
meant
any
that she was attracted
problem
to
like
him,
thinking, well,
and
I've
wrote that if
done.
they were to meet again, they would soon start a relationship. Graduation. The end of high school. The end of his interactions with his gal pals. Most importantly, it was the day Christian felt he had to be recognized
What?
for his achievements. Unfortunately,
Why
this
is it
wasn't the
you?
case. I only got recognized for my grades with a star pin, yet they had more fancier awards for more important qualities. I should have been highly recognized for my artistic talents I showed in my many art classes for the award ceremonies before graduation day. I felt crestfallen greatly from not getting recognized for any of my talents. I excelled in math too, for the love of God. I was so
I think this is
jealous.
the.
I was a
I think I already
high-functioning
said that, but
autistic boy who came way
yeah, this guy
beyond out of his
is
social
just
shell, only to get
so
zilch, nada,
so entitled
zip,
to shit.
a big fat zero.
Like you feel that
I
he's
felt so
entitled to anything,
devastated
to
and out of
praise.
sync, apostrophe,
I don't know why.
parentheses.
We just
As
love
a result of his
praise.
heartbreak,
He loves
he
to
only went up on
when
stage
people
to accept his diploma
say
without
he's
looking at
high
anyone's
functioning.
face, nor shaking anyone's hand, and brusquely left the stage. After the ceremony was over, he found himself in an unoccupied
Why would you
table,
do that?
sat at it, and cried. Eventually, his mother and later Tiffany came to console him. His father would look back on this event with shame and anger for years to come. Christian's time at high school is still thought of fondly by him, recalling his sweet
Dude.
memories of creating artistic projects for class and frequently hanging out with his gal pals, all of which were abruptly ended with that gloomy,
Oh god,
rainy
these guys are
graduation.
way too tough.
But with the end of high
I'm
school
not
came
doing
the promise of a
damage.
new world in college, a chance for new friends, new experiences, and the first steps to a brighter
God, I
future.
really need better gear. Hey, so we got to the first chapter. We got a lot more to go. I don't think we're gonna do it right now. So what did you guys think about that? I really think Christian is quite the fascinating character. Doesn't look like a bad person hardly. But I do think like a lot of things they believe are wrong. And he's mostly a victim of modern society. But hey, let me know what you think about that. This is a bit of an experiment. Because I've been wanting to play games on stream for a while. But I just can't find myself just do it without watching videos. And I don't like to watch videos without playing games. So if this is a bit too overwhelming for you guys, like let me know. I might upload this as a video, like the first video that I will upload on this channel. I don't know how much effort this this took for me. I don't think it took that much, but it was kind of hard to just focus on talking about the video and also playing games. But I did watch someone do something like this a bit ago. I was watching Nicholas the Oreo and he was like reacting to something at the same time he was playing Black Ops, and I was like, hey, I would do that too. Like I just need to be watching something as I'm playing. And I did dumb thing about it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh jeez, I think one day. Oh shit. Oh great. I'm really glad I found a shrine. So yeah, my puppy just barked because I can't even go right. I need a bit. So I'm just gonna find a way to get to a town portal. I might just kill this bunch of dicks. Oh, my shrine ran out. That's not good. Shit. This is not good at all. God, these guys are too tanky. Okay. Help me, minion. Ah, God. Okay. This guy has like everything to fuck me up. Okay, so I think I'm safe now. Let me know if this is way too much. If this is okay. If you like to keep saying this kind of shit, or if I should just react to shit. Take a big something too. Thank you. I'll be back to watch this. This is gonna be a lot easier to watch. Okay. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Bye bye.